In the last video, we made this to-do list app with Laravel Livewire Vault, which looks like this. Very simple. You can uncheck and check items. You can remove them. You can add new. Very simple. I'll close that for now. I'm not going to use that today. Very simple. In this video, we're going to use the chat feature instead of tab. So you can hit Command L and it will open it up on the right hand side over here, or you can just hit this button over here. So what we're going to do is go through some of the features of chat. So with the chat sidebar, first of all, it will always add the current file. It's obviously removed it now because I did it, but the current file will be added to the context here. You can remove it if you'd like. One thing that you can do with smaller projects is ask it something about the entire code base, and you have to make sure that in settings and in features we are resynced. Okay, so we're going to resync this to-do list component that we made. Okay, we can get rid of that. So now the context is there. We could say something like, I want to move this to-do list from the home page to /to-do. And if I hit Command and Enter, it's going to actually add my entire code base to the context here. All of these files through Laravel are going to be added. And then it will give me the instructions on how to do it. So if I click on the web app here and then apply it, it's going to add that, Command Enter. So now we've got a root. It's going to return this view. So we need to go, we need to create a view here. Okay, which is not actually giving me the code to do it. Sometimes it gives me the command to create the view. Sometimes it doesn't. So we're just going to go into resources, views, and to-dos. If I can remember where I'm going. New file, to-dos. What was it? to-do.blade.php. Okay. And then we'll apply that in there. Oh yeah, I have to click continue, don't I? Okay. Do that. Then we need to modify the welcome page to add this. Oh, how do I do that? Oh, okay, it's clicking it, click apply there. Okay. And it's because if you remember in the settings video, I had put on in my global AI rules to give me branches for Git, is trying to get me to set up a new branch for this, but we're just testing, so we don't need to. We'll save the web file, head back over, and now the to-do list is in a new page. Okay, component works exactly as it did before. It's just on its own page. So that's how you can use the code base, so it knows where to go to make all these changes for you. It's pretty seamless, and we've actually covered a lot of the features really quickly there in a couple of minutes of chat sidebar as well. In that, not only can you search the entire code base, but when you're in any of these files, you can click apply, and you can see here as well this, because it's giving me a bash command to create a branch. I can just click run. I actually don't have a Git set up on this yet, but if I wanted to, if I just did git init, git add dot git commit x. Okay, if I wanted to run this, it would actually move me to a branch, and now we can make these changes completely separate to the main project, and then we can do pull requests and things so that we're not making changes that will break our site. So that's pretty cool that it gives me that. I very rarely use it. I should use it more, but I thought I'd add it there just to try and remind myself to try and use branches more in Git. So we've moved it over to a new page. So what we want to do now is show some of the other features. So we'll go back to our to-do, this component here. I'm going to do a new chat actually. Get rid of that there. No, close it. Okay. What I want to do is refactor this using maybe some best practices from Laravel, Livewire, because like I say, I don't know Vault very well. Cursor wrote this. I just sort of like muddled through it a little bit. So I actually, in my settings, I showed you that I had this docs if I go to my docs, if I can type it, in docs, I have Livewire docs, which is the homepage to Laravel Livewire docs. And what I can say is rewrite this component, and you can do @ to mention a file. It's called to do list. Okay. Rewrite this component to use Livewire Vault best practices. Okay. And then just send that off, and it will go and find the right page. So look, it's found the Vault page here, and it's written a refactoring of this function, of this entire component, using Vault best practices from the docs. So let's apply that. It's making some pretty big changes. Okay. I mean, I'm just going to accept it and see where we land. Anything else down here? No, then at the bottom it explains. So this is what I love about these AI rules. Be terse and concise, right? And it tells it to give the answer immediately and explanations later, which is great because it just gives me the code. I don't want to scroll through loads of waffle. Stick the waffle at the bottom if I want to read it. Okay, let's go back. Oh, I mean, look at this. So it tells you now we've got how many are remaining. We've got colored tabs. If I click that, it checks it. We can add a new one. This is ridiculous. It's actually insane. I mean, I'm literally just making this video up on the fly. I hadn't planned it out, so I'm learning along with you. It's great. That's pretty cool. What else could we do here? Well, I'm trying to think what other features we haven't actually used here. We could do, okay, let's have a little look here. I'm going to move that. Search the web to try and style this form more like shadcn. I see everybody in Next.js using this shadcn, and I can't use Next.js. It blows my brain. So Vercel style, black and white, with a pop of color. Right, and just see what it does. Okay. So let it search. Searching a bunch of different pages here, and then see if it can actually figure it out. Again, I'm just doing this on the fly. Haven't really got a clue what I'm doing, I'll be honest. And now we'll just have to see how it works and if it works. So it's spitting out some code. And honestly, this is so much fun to me just to see it do this. And Composer, when I show you a video later, is just like, it's insane. It just makes me feel happy. Okay, so we'll apply that. We're just going to accept it. And what does it say at the bottom? It's just given a list of different things. Okay, we'll head back to Chrome and look at this. I mean, it's not really, I wouldn't say that's particularly a Vercel style. If you go to like Vercel.com, you've just seen some of my projects. Don't look at the address bar there. It's not really this kind of style. Oh shoot, you've just seen a bunch of my sites. I'll have to blur them out in post. But yeah, this looks pretty nice. It's pretty cool. So you can, it's just styled it up a bit nicer. It's still not quite Vercel style. And well, maybe, hold on. In fact, this guy, dub.sh, no, .co, isn't it? I love this. I love this. I love the design of this project so much. And it annoys me how good it is. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of it. Okay. Take a screenshot there. And then go back. Nope. Go back to cursor. Can you try and use Tailwind to style it more like this? And then I'm going to throw in the image. Like you see the image has been added there. Now, sometimes it shows the full image. Sometimes it shows this little thing here. They seem to be iterating on that, trying to figure out the best way. Sometimes you can actually see the full image, and I actually prefer that, I think, because I know what I've sent. But let's try. Let's send that through. Okay. Okay, so it's now hopefully looking at the image and then trying to figure out some styles based on the image. And we'll see how it goes. Apply that. Here we go. Big changes. Save it. I mean, no, it's not great, is it? But these are the things that you can do with Cursor. You can throw in images and it can infer things from the images. It's not always going to get it right. That's the thing. But these are just features that you can do. Maybe I will have a look at their docs. So, what kind of docs you got here, Stephen? No, nothing there. Solutions, product. Oh my God, this drop down is so cool. Let's just see. Let's take a photo of just the drop down. Can you make it more minimal? Black and white, stylish, like this drop down. Example with grays. Grey borders, right? I just send that in. And after this, I'm just gonna have to accept it for what it is. I'm just trying to show you the feature of adding images and how it can sort of understand the images and use them in your code. It's not always gonna be perfect. Okay. This is the last attempt. Come on now. I'm saying Cursor, but come on, Claude. You've got this, mate. I believe in you. Okay. So then we apply that, and come hell or high water, this is the final version of this tool. That's over here, isn't it? I mean, it's a little bit, it's more like it was before. It's fine. It's still not quite as good as this, but it's got the gist. It's using some grays. I would have liked it to do a black button perhaps, but maybe I didn't show it that example. But I think that's pretty cool. Yellow. Oh, one thing we could maybe do as well, just for lulz before we go, is can you make the priority editable? All right, send that. This is the last thing we'll do, just to show how you can iterate on features that it's generated as well using the sidebar. Okay. Okay, so look, it's adding an update priority function in here. Tell me about it at the bottom, so I'm going to go back up and apply this. This is the one thing I don't like about the chat, is that you have to scroll back up to find these things. You can actually, I think, turn off in the settings that it will scroll down. So maybe, in fact, I thought I had that. So maybe I need to change that, but we'll apply that, save that, head back. And now we've got a little toggle, so you can change these. Lost the colors, but we can obviously get that back if we wanted to. So you can change the priorities and stuff. And obviously we could then start to look at maybe adding sorting based on priority, so you can see what's the most pressing tasks you got to get done, which would be obviously core mum. And that's it. That's the sidebar chat. I think it's pretty cool. I've used it quite a lot. It's, for me, much better. It's better than Composer. Composer is like multi-file edit, which we'll do later. It's a bit more advanced. But chat is a bit more controlled. So you have a bit more control over what changes to make. You can give it a bit more feedback. It's not just going to go off and just go carte blanche. It's not got carte blanche to just bloody change loads of files and then you're just a bit confused about what's changed and where. It's very much like click here, go to this file, add this, change that, do this. It's much more sort of like step by step. But you can add as much context as you need. And I can see here each time I was doing it, it was actually sending in the docs from Livewire to try and figure out the best way to do things. And like, I didn't even know about this computed function here because I've never used Vault before. So just little things. Sometimes it might ask me to extract it out, like the form, into a component and stuff. This time it didn't. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So give the chat window a go. This is how I started using Cursor to get to grips with it. Chat is great for just hitting the ground running, figuring out how to work with Cursor, how to make changes, how to click to apply. And then when you understand it and you sort of get the idea, you get the bigger picture, you built a few things, a few little projects or whatever, you can upgrade to Composer, which is like, I mean, it feels like the reinvention of the wheel. I'm sure I said that in one of the other videos, but like it genuinely feels like that powerful. So let me know if there's anything else you want to learn about chat or anything else to do with Cursor, and I'll try and do it in a future video. Cheers.